Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone, and I thought I'd just do a little vlog regarding things that you probably won't expect to see when you first come to Thailand or for a holiday. So let's get into it. There's 7 things, and if you stay to the end, there's a bonus one.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase.
Number 1, traffic and the walkway, pedestrian walkways, pavements, etc. Now, you need to be very, very careful. If you hire a motorcycle or a car, or you drive around, traffic in Thailand, especially in the cities, it is horrendous. The Thais haven't got any road sense. Their standard of driving is well below the Western standards, so be very, very careful. You eyes everywhere, and you need to be confident enough to ride a bike if you're going to hire a bike in the most difficult of circumstances. There isn't any lane discipline, there isn't any roadcraft applied to the roads here in Thailand, so be very, very, very careful. As well as the roads being dangerous, you've got to look out of the pavements. There's many trip hazards, obstacles on every pavement as you walk around, regardless if you're in the main city or a outskirts town. They don't maintain their walkways as well as we do in the West. Trip hazards are numerous, so you have to keep your eyes peeled so you don't fall over. Number 2, when you land in Bangkok airport and you want to get a taxi, make sure you get a metered taxi. There are various overpriced taxis at the airports. So the 2 words you need to really remember is meter, please. If you get on a meter, it'll be relatively cheap from Suvarnabhumi airport, which is the main Bangkok airport, into Bangkok itself, and you won't be overcharged. The meters are there to be used. Don't forget, you say meter please. If they don't want to use the meter, move on to the next one. You'll know an easy identification of when someone wants to overcharge you on taxis is they will put a cloth over their meter. So if you get a taxi and there's a cloth over the meter, you know you're going to get charged extra or over the top in that particular taxi. Move on to a reputable taxi driver who will use a meter, and you can tip him accordingly. So remember the phrase, meter please. And if you don't want to get a taxi and you want to hire a tuk-tuk in Bangkok, agree the price first. Tuk-tuk drivers are notorious for overcharging as well, so if you want to take a tuk-tuk, agree your price before your journey. It makes life a lot better for you, and there's no arguments at the end of the day or the end of your ride when you're expecting just to pay a couple of 100 baht and he turns around and says 300, 400, 500 baht. So remember, agree the price before you go. Number 3, heat and humidity. Thailand is very hot, very warm all year round. it hovers between 30 degrees and 40 degrees with very high humidity numbers. So you need to be prepared for the heat. If you're walking around, make sure you drink lots of water and hydrate. It is very exhausting if you're not used to it, especially in the warmer months where the temperature is always up in the high 30s, low 40s, and the humidity is up in the 70% range. So make sure you're prepared for the heat and humidity, because it is really, really exhausting. Number 4 is pollution. You'll notice this when you get off the plane in Bangkok, and especially in Bangkok at certain times of the year. The pollution up there can be really, really thick and smoggy. It's not like on the coast where you've got sea breeze and the pollution is blown away back inland. But in the high density of Bangkok, with the numbers of cars, pollution at times is very, very severe, and there is daily updates on pollution levels on the TV, on media for you to watch. It's not like it all the time, but certainly if you suffer from a respiratory illness, it could affect you. So be a little bit careful, or when you come, when the pollution is not as high as it sometimes gets. Number 5, street sellers. Wherever you go in Thailand, you will always come across the street sellers selling their wares. It could be Rolex watches. That's a favourite. They're always in the bars, always walking up and down the street trying to sell you a watch. There's enhancements, performance enhancements, let's say little blue pills. Again, they are a common occurrence. People come into the bars on the street selling you these enhancement pills and potions and lotions. Yeah, also vape oils, etc. But all you've got to say is no thank you, make up, and they will understand. They will move on to the next one. But it is it can be an inconvenience. You could be in a restaurant eating, they will come up to the table and try to sell you these things. So just beware, don't be rude. They're very pleasant people. Just say no thank you or make up, and they will move on to the next one. Street sellers, one of the biggest nuisances, if you like, or one of the main culprits of trying to sell you stuff, is the lottery sellers. Lottery is a big thing here in Thailand, and you will get lottery sellers coming up to you wherever you are, in the bar, sitting in the restaurant. They will try to sell you a ticket, and there are many of them walking around selling their tickets, because that's how they make a living. So just beware. If you want to go for a meal, you probably will get bothered to buy either a watch, some vapes, lottery ticket, or it's enhancing or some enhancing performance lotions, potions or tablets. Number 6 is one that may annoy you if if you're that type of person, is plastic spoons, cutlery, plates and cups. Many Thai restaurants will serve you a meal, if you order a meal, on plastic plates, plastic beakers to drink out of. It's the norm here. No one bats an eyelid at it, but it's not what you're used to in your Western countries, where you've got a nice porcelain plate or a china plate. Here, the likelihood is that you're going to get a plastic plate. So just be expectant of that. If you ask for a china plate, you probably won't get it, as most of the food, or all of the food, is served on plastic. Plastic is a big problem here in Thailand. If you go and buy something, it will be put on a plastic bag. Even if it's designed to be carried as a plastic bag, they will put it in another plastic bag. Plastic bags, plastic bottles is a big problem in a... Number 7 is a strange one I've picked. It's the portion sizes of food. When you go and order your food in the restaurant, portion sizes are relatively small compared to Western portions. Bear in mind that the Thais here eat 4 or 5 times a day, maybe 6 times a day. Small portions, they graze. Oh, I got disturbed there by the firecrackers in the temple. Yeah, they graze all day long, and it's relatively small portions. So don't expect to get a big plate of fries or rice whenever you order. There is occasions that you will get a large portion, but generally speaking, most Thai portions are very small, and they're designed that way. As I say, the population is small in stature, so they tend to graze throughout the day rather than have main meals set time. Number 8, the bonus tip, is, well, it's more of a cultural thing really, is that if you've ever given a present, or you give a present to a Thai person, don't expect them to make all the appropriate noises, all lovely, wonderful. You shouldn't have. They take it very humbly, and they will open it normally after you've left. They will put it to one side, say thank you, and open it later. It's considered rude to dive into a package or a present, ripping the paper apart. It's to be done respectfully and at leisure, to please the person that gives it to you.
Living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray.